Hey everyone, I hope you guys are having a great day, and if not, I wish you a better one tomorrow. Now, here's the deal. I'm gonna make this quick, short, and sweet so that way everyone can get to it. So, this video is consistent of 3 stories that I have told on my main channel. Go subscribe. Those 3 stories have one thing in common. It has a bit of a fantasy, supernatural oriented type of. Each one is different than the last, and is a bit edgy in certain categories. Well, I hope you guys enjoy. If you want more content, you know what you gotta do. Smash that like button, subscribe, and go check out my main channel. There's plenty of goodies over there as well. That said, snacks, cola, flashbacks. Yuutai Nova, with a guy who goes by the name of Haru, and he spends his time hovering around in spirit form and spirit walk to basically visit some chick, and that some chick that I'm talking about is his ex-girlfriend. So, what happened to those two? Well, he got mad that he couldn't really have sex with her. Whenever they try to have sex, she screams, "Oh, it's painful, stop, stop, it hurts." And she did this so many times that the guy was so fed up he got into his feelings, like, "Why you gotta do this, bitch?" She leaves. Get out of here! So fast forward now to the current time. The main character is in college, and the guy himself just keeps on visiting her, watching her in spirit form. And whenever time runs out for him to be in his spirit walk, he wakes back up in his room.
Good night, girl. I'll see you tomorrow.
One particular day, he meets some strange girl named Haru, who basically gives him some info about his spirit form. For one, he's not the only one. 2, they can feel pleasures when they touch each other. Fast forward a bit into the story. One particular day, Haru goes to visit his ex-girlfriend, and he thinks everything's all hunky-dory until he sees a man with her. Game over, yeah! And the guy's like, what is he doing to her? He's just sitting there fondling her, touching her, just thinking everything's fun. And then he threw her onto that bed and fucked her brains out. He literally did so. And he was watching. Haru was watching. Game over, yeah! After he gets done screwing her 3 times, the dude not only was like upset like that she moved on, but she had sex with a dude, and they did it 3 times. So then, just when he's about to leave, the guy that plowed her tried to do some shady ass shit by taking pictures of her veg while calling one of his buddies, who also happens to be dating another pretty girl, and said, "We're gonna go to my place and we're gonna look at the photos, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna blackmail all 3 of the girls, and then we're gonna have a nice orgy." I'm like, fuck off. To basically tell her, look, this shit that's going on, you're gonna be in a trap. He doesn't tell her specifically what was going on. He literally just tells her, hey, don't trust your boyfriend. Your boyfriend's on some shady shit. So what he does is he investigates to see if she goes to the party, and guess what? She's there, front row and center. And things don't end well. Let me speed through this part. The guys try to blackmail him. The blackmail didn't work, and basically the girls just wipe that shit off. Like, what? You're gonna blackmail us? Pff, please, you can go to jail in 5 seconds and spend the rest of your life there. And then turn around and say, you know, you could have just asked us, because we actually wanted to do this shit with you guys in the first place. And the main character, Haru, sat through an orgy.
Wait. Oh! And boom goes the dynamite.
At this point was already lonely and sad. The one person who gives him a bit of meaning out of his lonely life pretty much just took it away from him. Now, Haru then appears just to kind of talk to this guy and like, hey, what's up with you? And she bitch smacks this dude, like bitch smacks bitch smacks him right in his cheekhole. Long story short, she embraces him and he sees some shit that he shouldn't have seen, and then she basically did something that was like the equivalency of sex, if not more. Hey you guys, it's Future Me here, and in the middle of the recording I realized I didn't make the fusion joke from Dragon Ball. Live with that. I'll see you guys later on in the video. Peace. The guy had to go back into the spirit world to find her, and he doesn't find her but instead finds a couple of other dudes who literally have the same ability. Basically enlists the guy to come over to a pop concert. So here we go. So they're in the concert and some dude in the hood, which he's an asshole. There's a reason why I call him an asshole. So this mofo comes up and is just telling them some stuff, and it's like, you know what? I'm gonna make your dreams come true. And he goes on stage and first fondles the chick a little bit just to have some fun, and then yeets her out of her soul. I mean, literally grabs hold of her soul and just yeet. And I'm like, huh? Now, if this was a JoJo moment, the stand that everyone is using in this manga would literally either be called Ghost of Jealousy or Billie Jean. Moments later, he basically mindjacks her and does some freaky shit to her and has all these guys come up there and, listen, allow me to be blunt right here. You got spirit fucking going around here. Spirit fucking. But for the most part, they're basically, it's just the scene from Troll 2.
They're eating her. And then they're going to eat me.
Like, they're eating her.
Oh my god!
So the guy didn't want any parts of it because he remembers what he was looking for. And then the hooded dude tells him, you're looking for that hood? Oh, you're looking for that sailor girl? Guess what? She's my lover. Huh, let me see. Where has she been? No. Let me stab you in your brain. He basically spilled his beans of who exactly is he and insults him all the way and basically tells him, you know, you could have gotten yourself an actual girlfriend if you fucking tried, you lowlife. And then, you know, the guy was trying to beat the shit out of him because he found out what he did with Muharu, and Muharu appears. So, this is where the final arc of this whole story ends. They find out some shit about Muharu after this, like, dumb ghost fight. It turns out Muharu is not really who she says she is. Why? Because her spirit form is not even a spirit form. It's a conduit that leads to the guy who actually created the imagery that we see here of Muharu. She's not real. And it's like, how? She's not even a ghost, by the way. She's not even dead yet. Because the real Muharu is old and frail. She's not here anymore. And it kind of just upsets me. Even more so as a gut punch. The guy who falls in love with her is basically falling in love with an old man who came up with this imagery projection of Muharu. The main character was looking for her for 15 years. And just when he saw Muharu for one last time, she fucking kicks the bucket with the old man. For the most part of this story, it destroyed my emotions. It made me mad. Like, it's like, that's cheating.
The characters that I wanted to play with are destroyed. They're gone. They're nothing. They're broken or dead. All of them are broken or dead, and all the new characters that I like in this game are dead and gone and broken. Are you out of your mind?
Redo of Healer. Our MC was a normal commoner who lived in a village with a sense of good nature and carefree. As he was running an errand, a vast amount of powerful energy surged this vacant place that Kiryu happened to be around. Let's call him K for now. K approached it. He gains the power to stay relevant. In other words, his healing powers. After gaining said power, the kingdom sent the navy to find out who was trying to enlist. Among the squad sent to capture someone, the princess from that nation came to search and retrieve. Kay agrees to enlist for his village, but unbeknownst to Kay, what he signed up for was one hell of a job. Literally. During their cruise through the kingdom, Princess Freya, calling her Frieza from now on, learns of Kay's power to stay relevant and has an idea for his power. They arrive at the turf, the very place that changes Kay for the worse. Frieza's plan was to have Kay restore a beautiful war maiden to her prime. This lady lost an arm and was also scratched the fuck up. Against Kay's likelihood, he reluctantly repairs her cock-jerking arm. And since Kay gave that lady the works, the price he pays is literally experiencing the same pain she just went through. As Kay rolled around on the ground like Squidward, Princess Frieza's view of him changed. Remained unaware, she declares him a deadweight. With a glare, Frieza sent him to his lair, where he sits in his room unprepared. Things started to look up for this guy, since he sat in the room and two female servants arriving to get some milk from his Kokonotsus. And literally moments after this, he locked up in a prison and treated like Piper Perry for months by random soldiers. And you might think, oh, were they female soldiers? No. That's right. Piper Perry, high on some cough syrup for months. And then those months eventually turned into years. This man was put on a team where they still make him toot that ass up, followed by whoopings, followed by being verbally curb stomped.
Want some more of this? No, please. I gave you a little something, homie. Get your ass out of here.
Seriously, this man got his ass beat by another hero for guzzling Frieza's kitty juice while on that damn cough syrup. Wait. Just for the same person, who is a woman by the way, to giving him a really wet Frenchie to savor her flavor. Nope. Don't get me started with the gun hero. You might think he bad now, but this man is a crime against humanity. His manga counterpart is worse than anime version. Let's just say, Kay was not his first prey for his abusive love as a pastor. On one special day, that very team met the devil. He was a Dark Souls level boss. The team was getting their ass waxed. But Kay kicked in the Doom music and single-handedly put the Lady Demon Lord in a shirt. So with the power he gained from her loot drop, he Thanos snapped himself into the ass where people were drinking Corona, not running from Corona. From that point, Kay repeated all the stuff that happened to him. Yes, including the Piper Perry stuff. But thanks to his knowledge, the very first thing he did was got the ability to not get high off of cough syrup. And to do that, he had to eat 3,000 mushrooms to not get white girl wasted. While captive in the slammer, Kay Captain Ginyu's captain Forget to look like him while he makes his move as Captain Forget. He managed to get to Frieza to not only assert dominance, but to smack her cheeks since she wanted to be loose like a goose. But oh no, our boy wasn't done. He faked Frieza's death and gave her and himself makeovers with his relevant powers. He made her from Frieza to Cooler, and himself from Kay to Kratos. With preparation taken, he's ready to start his hit list. And the first guy was Captain Forget. This man banged Kratos' mom and burned his village to the ground while he still wears his face.
You stabbed my dad! And you had sex with Katie!
Before he went to put him in a shirt, he meets this wolf girl who became his Blades of Chaos. He then captured the captain and made him go through the Piper Perry treatment. But instead of a couch, they have a burning house. Oh, no! His next target was the sword hero. The bitch who whooped Kratos' ass for taking a woman who wasn't even hers. And at that moment, Kratos turned himself into a woman in order to get close enough to get towards the sword hero. That's right, this man turned himself into a little trap just to pound a woman who loves to pound peaches without their permission.
You wouldn't like my body. It's all circuity and metallic.
Oh, good. We haven't been getting our recommended daily allowance of iron.
No! Please.
Because she's knocking him out like Bill Cosby. She sat there like, I know that pussy must be tight. That's alright. That's because you're mine tonight. Kratos then smacks her down with that Uno reverse and brings her a hungry orgy.
Prank him, John.
You already know.
A hungry orgy to a hearse. But to put it short, Piper Perry treatment, but the guys eat her like a rack of ribs. After that encounter, he went south to the demon country to find a source of power in order to prepare for his fight with the king's navy. This man, Kratos, gets more girls into his concubine, like the hot demon lord from his previous life, and the war maiden who wants to draw his sword. Look, what I say is no lie. His next target is someone who Kratos fears. Cooler's younger sister, Norn. Calling her Froze, by the way. Froze was not going to be a walk in the park, since she is like a god of war who even makes Cooler soil herself. Kratos stops Froze from ruining the peaceful demon village by putting the shit starters on a milk carton. He subdues Froze by putting her on a stretcher to stretch her out like he did with Cooler. I forgot to mention that this man mind-jacked Froze and Cooler in order to get them to join his crusade. With Froze, who is now chilly, Kratos is another step towards completing revenge. The very sweet, succulent revenge that he has set forth. And for a moment, he sat back and wondered, what is there to do after revenge? Can I just have a normal life with these ladies? But he's like, fuck it. For now, I'm just gonna worry about the fight. Thus continue the darling adventures of Kratos and his forgetful harem. Housing Complex C. We start off with war. In what period? I don't know. But let's say we are in Demon Slayer's period. Yeah, let's go with that. We're in Demon Slayer's period. Warriors were out doing sandal kicks. Most of them ended up hanging on the sticks. Dead as hell. We see all these people who are dying to protect this one individual. A princess. Before they were able to get close enough to poke her insides, we get spirited away from here and are put into the present. Instead of seeing samurais, we get to see a sunrise, motherfucker. We meet what I like to call Grandpa's Ed, and Eddie, who were outside chilling. And that's when the Cankers came out on the roll, assembled with their fat rolls outside to say hi to the Ed boys. Among them was a little girl who I will call Debbie, a sweetheart. The gang did their usual chats, with Debbie being the icebreaker, making the group laugh. During their conversation, they bring up the new neighbors that were supposed to move into their complex. They felt a little bit uncomfortable, but tried to be more accommodating towards them. One of the Eds bring up an old storage area that they came across a while ago. They warned their friends to stay away from it. Despite this warning, Double D and Debbie decided to explore it together. Among seeing old relics from the past, they found a weird artifact that definitely won't foreshadow something bad. Eventually, they find an old ice shaver, which will probably be important later. Personally, Double D is my favorite old person in this show. You'll find out why soon enough though. The new arrivals make it to their destination. They came from the land of tacos to live on the land of rice for work. Leading these young fellows, the father, who I will call Johnny, and his wife, Sonia, and their little daughter, Yuno. Speaking of Yuno, Debbie parades herself towards her by taking a leap of faith and landing on the homeboy, Arnold! The old people politely scolded her, though, for jumping off of a banister. Arnold was a bulky, quiet guy, but is a gentle soul. Later on, Yuno finds Debbie and introduces herself. The two of them create a pure friendship. From here on out, things went from chill to grill real quick. First, you had fish guts and animal parts on the ground. Then one of the Karen's son had drawn a weird symbol related to the relic. And then the foreigners were slowly acting strange, except for Arnold, because Arnold's a good boy. These weird happenings began to create tension among the tenants, between the elderly and the foreigners. Debbie tries with her might to unite the complex by making an ice shavings party. Keep in mind that Debbie and Yuno are like 7 and 8. Debbie enlisted help from both sides to make it happen. She succeeds in gathering them and simply tells everyone that they were having a tough time adjusting, so this party shall make everyone buddies. I like sweets and other delicious foods, but what I dislike is when someone puts some scrappy doo-doo in it. Joke aside, they eat dog tonight. This discovery got everyone beefing in this feud. It took them a minute to cool down since they don't have a culprit. Double D was working on the clock trying to uncover these unsettling events. Things get more twisted when we see moss in people's homes, but no one around. In conclusion, every time we see the grass, that means someone got their ass cut. So far, the Karens are dead. One of the dead boys became a dead boy. The Latin Passion lost some of their taco men. Shit was bad. Double D was getting close to putting this puzzle together, learning that the relic was from a holy story that took place a long time ago. So you know that little story that happened at the intro? Debbie does her best to interpret the story's meaning, but Double D thinks it's something more. Eddie was in the back trying to grasp what is really going on here. He finds a note from Double D. Basically, he noticed something completely off in his investigation. After some digging, he found his answers and learned they were basically being played with like toys by something so big. Double D couldn't take the Twilight Zone, so he self-deleted to see the Reaper on his off time. The very last thing he tells Eddie was to go and protect what they all care about the most. The second he leaves, he ran into a knife, and here's Johnny putting him out like trash. It's revealed that all of these events were caused by Johnny, Sonya's husband, who, by the way, almost killed everybody. Mans was part of some cult that was foreshadowed during that war sequence. Arnold comes up because he was worried about Debbie and Yuno. Arnold began duking it out with Johnny and was about to put him on a stretcher, but his wife came in like, "I'm Sonya and I'm here to put it on you," and poked this man with a knife. She's also part of the cult, by the way. Arnold was going to be terminated, but used the relic to protect himself and gave them a fatality. Damn! He bust their backs like his name was Jax. While the fighting was going on, Debbie and Yuno were hiding in her place. There was a reason why I called this 8-year-old Yuno, because you know her ass is evil. Get it? Because Yuno Gasai? Future Diary? Man, fuck y'all. Anyways, Yuno begins spilling the beans, saying she is also a cult member, and she also got a knife.
No, stay away from me!
Swingity spooty, I'm coming for your booty.
Get away!
There's no escape from me. Time to die!
Before Yuno tried to stab and dab, there's a reason why I called this 7-year-old girl Debbie. Debbie means queen bee. At this moment, she stopped acting scared and stopped acting like a little girl and said, "This isn't my bedroom. This isn't an apartment complex neither. And I am not a kid. I am God, bitch."
Wait a minute!
I sat there like, what in the sugar honey iced tea is this? I was hit harder than Chris or Will. The walls began to disappear and the whole place became a void. Yuno started to believe. Yuno wanted to praise the Lord, but God said, "You like gushers? Pray you don't bust like one, you googly eyes having ass bitch." God made Yuno ooze. And I don't mean that in a sexual way. I mean, she destroyed her life. She literally made her the actual definition of a gusher. After this bizarre slaughter, Arnold was the only one left alive, as God watched him walk away from the abandoned ruins of the complex, which was demolished, by the way, because she no longer held that illusion. And then God told him to get your ass in a car and get to the chopper.